We would like to also thank you for your feedback after our last session. We are really glad to share our knowledge with you. I'm here today with Victoria.
Hello, my name is Victoria Hall. We met 2 weeks ago. I work at KM Premium as well, helping the premium customer in buying and selling real estate. Today, we invited a very great guest who is going to tell us more about mortgages. This is our expert, Bartek. Can you tell us more about your work and yourself?
Hello, my name is Bartek Bokało. I've been in mortgage business over the last 15 years. And over the last few years, I've been helping foreigners to get their mortgage for their home in Poland.
Okay, so let's start. First question, who can take a mortgage in Poland?
If we're talking about foreigners, then we can just separate that into two groups. So the first one is for people from European Union. And then another group are people from outside the EU.
EU. Okay, so does that mean that foreigners have to have income in Poland, registered company?
Yes. To get mortgage in Poland, you need your income in Poland, and you also need to live here.
Okay, that sounds good. So let's say all of this is, I have income in Poland. How can I prepare myself for a mortgage? What kind of documents do I have to prepare so that I can get this mortgage?
So to begin with, it's for people from European Union. They need to make sure that they stay registered.
Okay.
So this is like the plastic card that confirms they get their stay in Poland registered. If we're talking about people from outside the European Union, they need to make sure that their residence card is valid for the moment of application.
Okay, so more or less that would be that.
This is the main thing, yeah.
Okay, Bartek, is it possible to apply for a mortgage without a broker? So I just go to the bank and ask for a loan straight away.
Yes, of course you can, as long as you speak Polish.
And so they don't speak English in the banks, or not really?
Some of them do, but mainly they're a bit afraid of speaking English. This is one of the things. Another thing is that, you need someone that guides you through the whole process and tell you what to do and how to get yourself prepared.
Yeah. And I think most importantly, you need to understand on what terms you're going to have this mortgage.
That's the main thing, because I deal with many different clients from many different countries across the globe. And the rules in another country might be totally different to the rules we have in Poland.
That's so true. Yeah. So tell me, is it better to get a mortgage from the bank that I have my bank account in?
As long as it's the cheapest bank, yeah. So the main trouble is that often people apply for mortgage at their bank, which sometimes is not the cheapest. They can go to the bank that, for example, in their cases, can't accept their application. So that also means a trouble. So that's why I suggest
not to go to your bank.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I could say it's better to go to a broker than to a bank because the bank will give you only limited options. What do you think?
I know that it's much better to go to the broker.
Okay.
The broker will give you the whole spectrum of offers. So if you will be able just to concentrate on price, then you can choose the cheapest one. If there are other things that we will need to take care of, for example, that the residence card is not valid for over 12 months, or that you have only 10% down payment, means that we need to concentrate on a certain offer. This is what we need to take into account.
Because a bank can tell you that you just won't have this mortgage, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so broker versus bank, it's always better, and you have more options to cooperate with a broker.
Yes.
To underline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how would you describe the whole cooperation with a broker, like from A to Z, the whole process? How does it look like?
Okay, so first go to your broker to check your creditworthiness, to figure out what's the whole process like to apply for mortgage.
Okay.
So what I usually do with my clients at the first meeting, we go through the whole process, the whole offer, so how the mortgage works in Poland. Then I tell them what are the documents that are needed for application. So if they're ready to get the mortgage right away, then they go to agent like you girls to find the
property.
perfect. Yeah. Once they find the real estate, they come back to me to check if there were any changes in bank's offers. This happens a lot. So then we just confirm that they still can apply for that mortgage. And then we just kick off with the whole process. So they sign the preliminary agreement, then they come back to me to start the application process. So like applications, documents that are needed by the bank, and then we're waiting for bank's decision.
Okay, do we need, let's say, the preliminary agreement to check the mortgage that we will be able to get?
Most banks, they need the preliminary agreement.
Okay.
Some banks accept document called oświadczenie nabywcy, so the buyer's statement. So you need to state who, what, and
When.
when and how, for how much wants to buy.
Okay. And when we have this, then the bank can more or less give us the ranges, yes?
Yes.
This mortgage. Okay, that sounds fair.
Okay, and how long does this process take from applying from first meeting to disbursement?
It depends on client really. So once we start the application process, it takes around 2 weeks. But as we will be probably talking about 2% mortgage,
Yes.
I believe that in the future this process will extend probably to 2 months.
Okay, and what was the shortest time you've managed to get the loan for your clients?
So last week I've hit the record. So we applied on Tuesday, and on Wednesday the decision was made by the bank.
Wow, that's amazing.
Exactly, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side, can you tell me, and I know this is basically no one wants to listen about this, but are there any factors that can actually interfere that eventually we will not get this mortgage?
Okay, so sometimes foreigners think that if they have the decision from Urząd Wojewódzki about their residence card, it's enough to start the process.
Okay.
It's not. So basically, we need to make sure that the residence card is valid and it's in plastic, not just the decision. Another thing is, again, with people citizens from European Union, they need to make sure that they have that confirmation of the residence status in Poland. It's not residence card, but confirmation of residency in Poland. And they need, it's good that you don't change the job during the whole process.
Yeah.
So it sometimes happens that people think that if they're changing the job to earn more money, that will be fine for the bank. It's not. So if you want to change your job, just wait for the end of the process.
Has this ever happened to you?
Once. So basically, my client was in the process of changing job during the mortgage process. She didn't tell me that. So once the bank asked us for renewal of one document, we couldn't get it. So then,
oh my goodness.
So the agent had to deal with the developer to extend the agreement.
Yeah.
And then we had to wait to reapply 3 months later.
Was she surprised?
She was really surprised, but at least we got the mortgage later on.
And now we know how to definitely be honest with your broker.
Yeah, and tell him about your holidays plans. So don't go for a holiday
during a mortgage.
Yeah,
Exactly, so true.
Okay, so that's the first rule, be honest with your broker.
Yeah.
Okay, now the hot topic about this new program called Save Loan 2%. What is it? Can you tell us more about it?
Basically, this is the government's program to help people to get their first home.
Okay.
There will be a subsidy for monthly installments. So this will reduce drastically monthly payments for people getting mortgage.
Okay. And I think the most important thing for us, can foreigners apply for this loan? And if so, on what conditions? Like what conditions do we have to?
Yes, foreigners working and living in Poland are eligible to apply for that mortgage, will be eligible to get it. There are some conditions. The first one is it needs to be for the first home in Poland. So she can't own any residential property.
But what if you inherited from, family?
Inheritance is fine.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. Yeah.
You need to make sure that your creditworthiness is adequate for the amount you will be applying for. And you need to be under 45.
Are there any limits to the down payment?
There are no limits.
Okay.
So this can be joined together with another government's program called No Down Payment Mortgage.
No. Okay, I was thinking about this 200,000. About this, yeah. Is there a limit to this?
Okay, there is a limit of 200,000 zloty down payment. Basically, you can get either 500,000 zloty for a single person, plus 200 zloty down payment, which makes maximum 700,000 zloty property.
Okay.
Or if there is a married couple or a single with a child, then that couple or person can apply for 600,000 zloty maximum.
Okay.
Plus 200 zloty down payment, that makes 800,000 zloty.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
You can get pretty nice
apartment for that.
Warsaw.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, and are there any limits to how many applicants will be accepted?
There will be limits for sure, but this is like very hot news from yesterday.
Good.
We like hot news.
Only here on our live hot news.
So this act has gone through the government, and as of now, they say that there will be no limits this year. So they want to see what's the demand for such mortgage.
Okay.
Definitely, there will be some limits next year.
Okay, now tell me about the interest rates. How much will these interest rates be, and are these fixed rates?
Okay, so yes, this is a fixed rate.
Okay.
And this will be around 2, maybe 2.5%, maybe 3%. So in this
area, circulating around this 2%.
Yeah. So this means that if you apply for 600,000 zloty mortgage today, you would be paying 5,600 zloty monthly.
Okay.
But with this program, you would be paying 3,000 zloty. So that makes 2,600.
Exactly. Is this why they call it the safe loan? Because
it's so affordable for people to repay. Well, as you know, this is cheaper than renting, right?
At this point, yes.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Okay, so just to clarify, you can join both programs, bez wkładu własnego, without the down payment, and the safe loan, right?
That's right. You can do it, but you need to remember about the limits for the safe loan. So there you can get only 200,000 zloty down payment. But when we talk about no down payment mortgage, then there are limits for
the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, at the moment in Wrocław, it's maximum 10,000 zloty per square meter.
Okay, so I think the one bez składu własnego had a little bit stricter rules to it, isn't it? Okay, now tell me, I think the most also important question, because we said these are going to be interest rates around 2%, and this is going to be for 10 years.
Yeah.
What happens after these 10 years? What can I do with this loan?
So basically, you get that 2%, around 2% first for 5 years.
Yeah.
Then after 5 years, it will be recalculated. It will be again around 2%.
Okay.
So after 10 years, you will be getting like regular bank's offer.
Okay.
So then it's your choice if you want to repay the mortgage, sell the house, or go and change the mortgage to another bank's offer.
So it sounds very flexible, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. So on one hand, it will be really, really cheap over first 10 years. Then it will be much easier to get the cheapest possible offer on the market.
On the market at this point, this will be. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good. So are there any extra costs around this safe loan?
As of now, banks are not allowed to charge extra cost for that kind of offer. So basically, it needs to be same as a regular offer, plus there will be the government subsidy.
I think that also another great question is that do you think that all the banks will take part in this program?
I don't think there will be all banks joining this program. There were some banks in the past that didn't join the government's programs, like ING.
Okay.
So I think that, for example, ING won't be the bank joining this program.
Is it just because they don't like government programs, or is there a reason to that?
I think it's the reason. The reason is how the government gives the money back to the bank.
Okay. So it's all about money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the last question about this safe loan. Would you recommend it, and for who would you recommend?
Anyone who can get that loan, who meets the requirements, should get it. Basically, this is the cheapest mortgage ever in Poland. And it's going to be cheap over the next 10 years.
So this means that basically a lot of people will be applying for this loan. So the quicker the better,
yeah,
is it?
Yeah. The quicker the better, because the prices for property will go up, definitely.
That's so true. Okay. Well, I think we finished this about the 2% loan. We asked our followers to send us some questions, and we have a few questions that we would like you to answer.
Okay.
And I think the first one that I found very interesting is that, is it actually easy for a foreigner to get a mortgage in Poland?
It's pretty straightforward for me.
Oh, for you? Yes.
I've been through that process many times already. It's not hard as many people think. You just need to get prepared. So like I said, you need to make sure that all documents are in place, and then just sort out the application, and then you can get your mortgage within 2 weeks.
Yes, but then it's not rocket science when you have a good broker that can help you through the process.
That's the main thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and common question also from our clients, who pays for this whole process to get a mortgage? I've heard some brokers are charging money for that. Is it normal? Is it common?
Okay, in Poland, we're not allowed to charge our clients any money for the mortgage process.
Okay.
So they maybe have been charged for some other services, but we don't charge. The brokers are not allowed to charge any money for mortgage.
And who pays for that?
So we are being paid by the bank. It's a success fee. So we are not paid for applications. we are paid for the success.
success.
So the banks disbursing the money.
So when I hear, let's say, a broker saying, pay money, I should run.
Just run away.
Run. Okay. Now that we have, another good question is that what kind of insurance do I need around the mortgage to have it secure and so forth?
So number one insurance is the insurance for your real estate. So in case of fire, flooding, you need to have that to make sure that you will be able to renovate your home. Another insurance that banks ask their clients to get is life insurance. So this protects your family in case of your death.
Exactly.
So basically, if the person who got mortgage dies, then the life insurer repays the mortgage and the family inherits just the real estate.
So basically, we're not leaving our family with debt.
That's right.
Yeah. And the other thing I think that you spoke about illness also.
So this is to protect ourselves. Like we've talked before, critical illness like stroke, heart attack, cancer. This is the moment that you need to take care of yourself and spend money on treatment, not on mortgage. So this is also a good one to get. But this is one that banks don't ask their clients. This is more like good brokers suggesting their clients to get one.
And I think this is one of the most important ones, to be honest.
Because it's your problem.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And the last one is from two Bokałos. This is the unemployment insurance.
Yeah.
I'm not really big fan of those because they don't really work the way people would like them to work. But as long as they make that offer cheaper than any other in the market, just go for it.
Yeah, okay. Sounds fair enough.
Now it's a good question, I think. Why is it good to have a broker by your side? Maybe 3 points you can tell us.
Basically, we have the same business, right?
Sure.
So we trying to both get the mortgage. Then you get the cheapest possible option.
Yeah,
Sure.
And someone who guides you through the whole process.
especially in Poland when you don't speak the language. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you know that we meet clients from many countries,
Stressed.
and it's totally different law than in their home country. Banks work a bit different. So you need to make sure that someone just takes you through the whole process.
Okay, another question was, can I overpay for a mortgage? Is it possible to overpay?
Yes. So in all banks, you're allowed to pay extra if you want to make extra payments for principal.
Okay.
Then there is no problem. Some banks may charge you let's say 2% for early payments.
Okay.
But most banks at the moment don't charge any early payments fee.
Okay, but it's possible.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, if you pay extra, it means that you repay your principal, and overall you will pay a lower interest to the bank.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. From your own experience, what do you think where the mortgage rates will be in 5 years?
I like this question.
Everyone is curious about that, yeah.
So I hope as now they are for fixed rate, they are about 8%. For variable rate, they're above 9%. So in 5 years' time, I hope they will be around 4-5%. This will be much more affordable than it's now. But on the other hand, the prices will be much higher.
Yes, but I think it would be not so intelligent to think that this will just stay like this, right? It has to change at some point. It has to change.
So basically, what I tell my clients that it's good to get the best possible offer now, the fixed rate offer. So in case inflation goes higher and the national bank decide to increase the rates, then they're protected from the increase. But as soon as the rates go down, they will be able to move the mortgage to another bank and
Yeah,
save
there's
money.
a lot of things that you can actually do with the loan, right? Okay. I think also this is a good question that I found. Is it worth it to take a mortgage now or to wait for the interest rates to come lower?
The thing, so this is me talking from my
Personal.
15 years experience. Get mortgage now because the prices now are pretty good. Okay, so if you think that you can buy it when the rates go down, it means that there will be more people in the market looking for property, and so you will have to compete with more
With other.
people. So the prices definitely will go up again.
Especially looking at this loan, this 2% loan, probably property will go higher.
Yeah, this will make a big impact on demand.
Exactly.
So,
It's going to be, we're going to go back to the seller's market because just not long ago we had this buyer's market and it was the same. Everyone
well,
was
I believe
asking.
that it's still buyer's market.
Still, yeah.
Many sellers are ready to wait longer, or they are ready to bargain
But
for
slowly,
the price.
It
But
might change.
slowly
it will
we're
change,
changing
yeah.
into this, going forward.
Okay, another question. Can mortgage payments go up?
So if you get a fixed rate mortgage, they cannot change over 5 years. If it's a variable rate, then it changes every 3-6 months.
Okay.
Now, the other question was, is it possible to have a mortgage transferred onto another property?
If you have another property in Poland and the bank, your bank will allow it, then yes, you can do it. You just will need to sign the annex for your mortgage.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, last question from me. How much down payment do I need to take a mortgage, and can I apply without any down payment?
So, as we mentioned before, you can apply without down payment for this government's program. So, no down payment
Program.
mortgage. But most common is the 10% down payment, and really popular is 20% down payment.
Which is a good one, to be honest.
Well, this is good because offers are the cheapest.
It's true. It's true. The most important question, I think, for me, we have a lot of European Union citizens living in Poland. And I always get this question, if I'm a European Union citizen, and for example, I want to take a loan from my country to pay for a property in Poland, is it possible?
As long as your home country's bank will accept that, then yes.
So basically, it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't have to take the mortgage in Poland. I can take it from home as long as the conditions and
bank accepts
that. Okay, and I think the last questions from us is: should we take mortgage? Is it worth taking a mortgage? Why do I need a mortgage?
Basically, this is the cheapest way of financing property in Poland. There is no faster and cheaper option to get money for that.
And I think investment wise, this is good because money devaluates, right?
With inflation at nearly 20%, it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that answer.
Thank you.
Adriana, do we have any questions, Jeremy?
Some questions.
We do. Oh,
Okay.
Thanks. Sorry for taking too long this time. It's Jeremiah's fault. Yeah.
Start from here.
Because
Because
so
we
many.
have 3 streams.
Oh
and
my
you can go upwards.
Okay.
So let's see. When will this program launch? We already launched. I can't see.
Oh, I know this name. So this program launches sometime.
This 2%.
This-
2%
Okay.
save loan.
Sometime this summertime. So
July, more or less, you said.
as I mentioned, that's going to be July, August.
What is the rate of interest for this government program?
As we mentioned, that's around 2%. Do I have to pay taxes?
We talked about that. Remember, we when we met, I asked you because a lot of people have been asking this, and it should be, but I should ask it. Are mortgages tax deductible?
No, you're not. Not in Poland.
You never run away from tax.
No.
Not in Poland,
In Poland, even if your monthly payment is high, then it doesn't mean that you will pay any lower taxes.
Okay. Is there any limit of buying property from government programs?
Like I've mentioned before, the limit for that 2% safe loan is the maximum amount you can apply for. So either 500 or 600,000 zloty plus 200 zloty down payment.
But I think
max.
the question is limit of property, I think. So if I have this mortgage, let's say for 500, can I buy two properties or do I have to buy one?
Okay, this is for the first property.
So I can't buy more than one?
No. So this is for the buyer's needs. So this is for you to live,
Your own.
not to rent.
Okay. But
Not
if
to
I had
make
two
money.
families and I wanted my one wife to live in
This is
one
Poland.
house.
You can't have two
Okay,
families
so
here.
basically you can only buy it for one property.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened with the video streaming?
Sorry about
we
that.
We had problems. When we can expect the safe loan available? Okay, so we said that.
June, July.
Video. Okay,
Video
and maybe
stop.
from the top.
Mhm.
From the top again. Okay, I think
That's it.
here.
Yeah, because
Okay, we have so many streaming.
streams about
Could you please?
What,
Okay. What are the requirements for foreigners to be approved for a mortgage loan? What is the minimum salary needed?
Raji, this is the question: how much you want to get. For example, if there is like single person with a child earning 8,000 zloty, that will be enough to get 300,000 zloty mortgage. But if you want to get more, then
It's all dependent on the income, isn't it, that
Yeah,
you have?
yeah.
If you the higher the income,
the more mortgage
Mortgage
you
you
can
can
get.
get.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you get a stable interest rate for the entire 20, 30 years? Is it possible?
At the moment,
From this 2% loan, probably, that's the question.
okay, so
Because-
I think I think that I know what Raji wants to know. Basically, at the moment, banks offer maximum 5 or 10
okay.
years fixed rate. So there is only one bank offering 10 years fixed rate. All other banks offer 5 years fixed rate. I believe that in the future it will change. It will evolve into 10, 20, 30 years fixed rates. But this is something fairly new.
Okay, so we have this 2% loan that will give you 10 years of fixed
Yeah.
rate, which is good, right?
Mhm,
Okay. Do you have anything higher,
mhm.
for example?
If the limit is 600K for safe loan and the property is 1.2 million, can I still get safe loan for 600K? No, you can't.
I think we
That would be good, but-
we know this.
No,
It's
you
not
can't.
possible.
So basically, if maximum property value can be 800,000 zloty.
Yeah.
Do I have to pay taxes to bring my all life savings from my home country to Poland? No. As long as you transfer that money through the bank system.
There shouldn't be.
Sorry, Praveen, for breaking your heart.
Do you say
1.2 million.
Fabian, as long as you transfer that to the bank and it comes from your account abroad, that is no problem.
Any more questions? Maybe we have 2-3 more minutes so that we don't take so much of your time. Because
Yeah.
today we decided to ask all the questions before.
Yeah, but also you can always contact us. Feel free.
Definitely remember to contact.
Fabian, can I buy with cash only, with passport and pending TRC? So this is more question for you girls. As far as I know, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. There's no well, as long as you've got cash, then there's no problem. The only problem, as we spoke last time, it's about the limits of the property. Depending on what property you want to buy, if you need any permission from the government to buy land, then we have to ask for permission. Otherwise, you have cash, you have the permission.
No problem.
No problem. You can buy property.
How much does it cost to hire a broker approximately? It's free for you. So it's the bank who pays to the broker. And as I mentioned before, it's a success fee. So the broker gets paid only for
The
loan
success.
that got disbursed, not for application.
How much does it cost? Okay, we
Can foreigner buy RODO?
Okay.
Is having a permanent contract mandatory? No, it's not. It's you can have your own business in Poland. You can have income from temporary contract, but it's the question how long is this contract for? So it should be at least 6 months at the moment.
How long should the
Vaishali, I'm not sure about RODO, RODOS, as we call it. So this allotment, I will check that for you and come back to you later.
When it comes to the company, because you said also that how long does it have to be registered in Poland for you to get a mortgage? More or less, your company here.
So you need to run your business for at least 12 months to
Okay.
apply for mortgage. Is that possible to apply when having 2 jobs? Is it an advantage? It is. You can apply for mortgage when you have 2 different jobs, as long as the income meets the bank's requirements.
You have your time with the broker, so ask questions. And if anything, for sure, we'll leave the contacts to Bartek, to us. If you have any questions in particular, you can find us and we will answer these questions.
Yeah. How many
For
years
sure.
of work do I need to get a mortgage?
We said
6 months. If we talk about employment contract, that should be enough in most banks. If you work before in other somewhere else, so yeah.
Yep.
So it's not the question of years; it's just few months.
Any benefits having
And
job and liability company?
liability. Pravin, do you mean spółka z o.o.?
Oh, thank you. We're happy that you're happy.
Where and how can we contact you to get started with this process? Just type mortgagebroker.pl. This is my website, and then there is my phone number, contact details, so you can get me through my website. Again, mortgagebroker.pl.
I will put it in the comment.
If anything, remember we have this project for real estate for foreigners. That's why we're here, to connect people. If you need information, we will give it to you and we will send it to you. Just contact us, and all our details are going to be below in the video.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the questions. If anything, as we said, remember to follow. In 2 weeks' time, we will be talking about renting and what kind of conditions you have to take.
Contracts condition, yeah.
Exactly.
So that will be also hopefully really a good one. And today, thank you, Bartek,
Bartek,
for
thank you
joining
very
us.
much.
Thank
This
you
was
for having
very
me here.
educational for all of us, and we're
Yeah.
so happy that you could join us with this one.
Thanks.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. See
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.